Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 14th. My name is Alan, and I want to welcome you to my Spiritual Growth Through Recovery podcast. The purpose of these videos is to grow my spirituality by following the AA program of recovery, and I try to do that by being as honest, vulnerable, and accountable as I can be, which is why I make these videos. Makes me put some work in. I'm no expert in AA or spirituality or recovery. I'm just trying to live life on life's terms and do it sober. The recipe we follow here is we read the daily reading out of the AA Daily Reflections book. There is a link in the description if you'd like to follow along. I'll just share my take on the reading as well as some other topic. All right, so the topic for today is going to be when the going gets rough and the idea of perseverance. Okay? All right, so June 14th. When the going gets rough, it is a design for living that works in rough going. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 15. When I came to AA, I realized that AA worked wonderfully to help keep me sober. But it could work on real life's problems, not concerned with drinking. I had my doubts. After being sober for more than 2 years, I got my answer. I lost my job, developed physical problems, my diabetic father lost a leg, and someone I loved left me for another. And all this happened during a 2-week period. Reality crashed in, yet AA was there to support, comfort, and strengthen me. The principles I had learned during my early days of sobriety became a mainstay of my life. For not only did I come through, but I never stopped being able to help newcomers. AA taught me not to be overwhelmed, but rather to accept and understand my life as it unfolded. How do we respond when things get rough, right? I actually believe that you can tell a lot about a person when things don't go their way, when they have problems. You really tell. I mean, it's easy for people to be honorable, gracious, patient when things go their way, but how do we respond when they don't, right? So it talks about being a design for living. It's not just something you do, you practice, you read, and you're done with it. It's a new design for living, how we want to live our lives. But yeah, it's cool to have a plan to navigate life instead of with alcohol and drugs. That was my coping mechanism, but this is a whole different idea of how to manage life on life's terms, right? So we talked about, when I first came into AA, I just wanted to stop drinking. I didn't think I had other life problems I had to deal with. It's amazing how those other things crop up, and it just solves those problems as well. Because ultimately, it gets us out of the way, right? I had my doubts. Some of my doubts were natural, and some were prejudiced. Some of them were kind of like some of my habits and behaviors. It kind of talks about how life got real and life happened, and being able to get through that stuff sober. Soon after I graduated in college in 2003, moved to Wichita, my life came crashing to the ground. All those years of going through college and raising a family, and it was fine. But once I finished college and had no idea what I was doing, life got real. Got divorced, became a single parent, trying to navigate a job. And really, without AA, I would have lost my job, I would have lost my kids. Who knows what could have happened. So really grateful for that. The rooms of AA, I've always felt like just less enlightens, as I go in those rooms, and I feel the comfort and the strength and the support from the people in those rooms. It's when the going gets rough, how do we cope? Do we cope by our old character defects or by what AA teaches us? I like to say I'm moving more towards what AA is teaching me, right? So perseverance. How do we respond, right? So perseverance, a good definition is doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So life's hard. Things always come when we want them. But the idea is to keep pushing, keep going. And we're not going to always be perfect. We're going to fall down, but just got to get back up. It's an effort required to do something and see it through, even if it's hard. Okay. Why is it important to have this characteristic? A lot of times we just won't accomplish anything. We'll give up. It's too hard. Takes too long. Moving on. Perseverance is that just keep going. It carries us through failures. Failure is a part of life, and perseverance helps accept failure and keep moving forward. It also encourages adaptability. Okay, well, it is not working. What do I need to do differently? What do I need to change to get there? It teaches us that skill. Helps with the mental health. We feel better about ourselves, less prone to anxiety, because we've proven we can work through those things. So it's an excellent habit. Why are some people more able to have this characteristic than others? I think it really comes down to our tolerance of fear, our tolerance of pain, whether it be exhaustion, frustration, patience. How much can we tolerate those feelings and emotions and not just run the other way? And each time we do that, we get better and better at it. I think people with a deeper faith, because it gives them something that they don't have to do it alone and by themselves. Some childhood traumas can affect how we handle that. There was a time where I bailed on everything. I don't feel like anyone taught me how to push through things, so I just bailed. So I had to kind of learn the hard way. Make sure having people in your life that don't let you quit. We all reach a moment where we get to the point where we either push on and say, fuck it. The more we take that next step, the easier the next step can become. Okay? So how do we become better at persevering? We just need to start do it. At some point, we just have to do it. I think it helps if we talk with people about what we're struggling with and where we hit the wall and that fact that we want to quit. How many people are willing to admit that they want to quit instead of just making some excuse and blaming somebody else, right? We need to delay gratification, practicing self-control, understand it's progress, not perfection. If you get stuck, talk to somebody about it, a support group or a counselor. A lot of times it just comes down to, am I tired of feeling like this? I gotta do something different and walk through that discomfort. I found a little quote here. It says, do what you prefer not to do in the order you prefer not to do it. Do the hardest task first. Whatever sucks, get that out of the way first. And I've kind of adopted that. And then it makes everything easier instead of pushing that task down the road. So, so anyway, that's it for today. I want to encourage you to, take a look at how you handle life when things get rough. What can you do differently? How about your loved ones? You know anyone that struggles with this? And what can you do to encourage them? All right. Anyway, thanks for listening. Hope you got something out of it. And I'll be back tomorrow for another video. So until then, peace out.